What is up, everybody? How is everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG. And today I'm going to revisit Modern Horizons 3. And I feel like this is long overdue. Like, when MH3 came out, between the patrons and myself, we opened up a lot of it on this channel. In fact, we went through almost an entire master case of collector boxes. So I think we went through like 18 collector boxes in like a month. We opened up a ton of it. And I've been meaning to revisit it for a while because if the question is, did you get all the fetch lands you need? The answer is definitely not. I would like some more. And I was kind of waiting for the play booster boxes price to calm down a little bit, or at least stabilize. They're sitting about 245 right now. I've seen them as low as 220. So I was kind of just waiting for the dust to settle a little bit more. But it's been far too long, and I will be probably making more of a concerted effort to open more of this because I do need more fetch lands. And I think there's a ton of good stuff in the set. So anyways, hopefully we see some of that today. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive on in and let's crack some packs. So as I just mentioned, play booster boxes right now, going price seems to be about $245, $250, somewhere in that neighborhood. Value-wise, some really good stuff at the uncommon level. There are like 3 uncommons, maybe 4 that are $5 or more. In fact, I think Sink into Stupor is almost $9 as a uncommon. There's also Witch Enchanter, which I think is like 7.5 or 8, and then Consign to Memory, which I think is around 6. Probably one more that I'm missing in there. I think one of the appeals in this set is the rares are very, very strong. There's a lot of, between the fetch lands, Arena of Glory, Kozilek's Command, and some other stuff. Like, there's some really good strong value at the rare level. Mythics, a little bit more hit and miss, and we'll get into that in a little bit here, but first, let's start off with a foil Nadu Winged Wisdom. I'm not sad to see this bird go. This is a miserable card. So foil rare Nadu, sure. Little White Orchid Phantom, not a bad card. Priest of Titania, Suppression Ray, Urza's Cave. We will look out for the uncommons because, as I mentioned, there are several that are... Felda Profane is another really good one. Several that are pretty valuable. So let's talk about the mythics real quick. So there's 24 mythics in this set, and I would say probably like in the neighborhood of like 13 of them are, at least from a value perspective. Like if I pull a Necro Dominance, I'm not going to be sad about it, but it's also like a $4 card. So just approaching it from a pure value perspective, I would say like upwards of like 13 of the mythics don't feel particularly great. Ripples of Undeath, I think this card is in the like $4-ish range. I will put it up top. Emerald Medallion. I don't think this is one of the medallions that is currently like in the $6, $7 range. I think it's Ruby and Jet. I will still put it up top. At least let's call it just a good playable. And then after that, Stomp, Essence Reliquary, Arcbound Condor, Golden Tail, sure. Those are uncommons. And our commons after that. There's a couple commons that do have, a couple dollars in value. I think Malevolent Rumble. I think it's like $1, $1.50 as a common. But yeah, so like, I probably 13 of the mythics are like $6 to $7 or below. You've got some heavy hitters up top though. You've got Ocelot Pride. You have Tameo. All right, come on. Solstice Zealot, Rare Aether Revolt. Pretty good card. Like, it's like a card that doesn't see modern play, but I do like it as a commander card. Decree of Justice, Eldrazi Ravager, Amped Raptor, Tameo. That will do it there for the uncommons. And there's Malevolent Rumble, sure. All right. Ulamog, the Defiler, is another really good one. As far as, like, again, value is concerned, Ugin's Labyrinth. And then a couple of the reprints, Phyrexian Tower and Recruiter of the Guard, are 2 of the more valuable mythics that you can pull. I think Recruiter of the Guard's like $18 now, almost 19, and I think Tower's right around the same. Guardian of the Forgotten. Hey, there we go. One of the reasons we are here is I needed more of the Allied Fetch Lands. I was so excited about Modern Horizons 3, just getting Allied Fetch Lands because I wasn't playing the last time Fetch Lands rolled out as far as the Allies were concerned. So definitely need more of those. Very, very happy with that. I think Flooded Strands, I don't know, probably like $10, $12. All right, Disciple Freylease. Oh, Consign to Memory. Cool. There's one of those good uncommons. I think Consign is like $5.50, $6. And we won't count it towards our our value when we do the analysis at the end, because I don't typically count uncommons kind of separately. But again, I would be remiss if you didn't mention that you have like multiple uncommons in this set that are $5+, because that certainly has to be taken into account when you're talking about like the EV of the product, right? The expected value. All right, here we go. First mythic is, speak of it, I did say I wouldn't be disappointed, and I'm not. From a value perspective, I think Necrodamus is like between $4 and $5. But at least from a playability and a card that I like standpoint, I like it more than say like your average $4 card. So I'm not upset about it. That is our first mythic of the box: Shrieking Drake, Rush of Inspiration, Ral, Consuming Corruption, and Ghostfire for our uncommons, and nothing of significance from our commons. Okay. Yeah, definitely hoping if I can. I don't know. It's been so wild. It's been so long since I opened one of these play boxes. I can't even remember what the average fetch land count is. Like, it's got to be in the neighborhood of like what, like 3-ish. I don't think it's as high as 5. All right. Rare is Amphibian Downpour, Dreadmobile, Depth Defiler, Titan's Vanguard. That'll do it for our uncommons. Okay. So we talked about some of the upper tier mythics. Obviously, from the rare standpoint, the fetch lands are all going to bring, you know, pretty solid value. You really can't go wrong. What's funny is I think Polluted Delta might still be the most valuable rare, but the next rare behind that is a land, but it's not a fetch land. It is Arena of Glory. Hey, Windswept Heath. Nice. All right. 2 fetch lands in this first column. Yeah, you could do a lot worse than that. I'm cool with that. And I think Heath is probably still in like the $10 neighborhood or so. So again, no fetch lands, no ally to the fetch lands. I'd be disappointed at. Sylvan Safekeeper, Fell the Profane, another one of those uncommons. And again, I think this is like $4.50 right now. Sweet. Not too bad. Yeah, and you know, I enjoy a good rare set that has good rares in it, because that kind of, I mean, you know, again, you only get so many cracks at mythics per box, but you're going to get a lot more cracks at rares, and if there's value at the rare level, then it just tends to improve your floor, right? Higher floor for the product, which I generally gravitate towards. Royal Cartographer is a foil uncommon. Kudo, King Among the Bears, Reef Worm, Legion Leadership, Spawn Game Commander, Signature Slam, and that will do it for our uncommons. All right, approaching the end of the first column of the box. Pretty happy so far. A couple of good fetch lands in there. 1 solid mythic and some good uncommons in there. It's our gold stamp card for those that like to see those. Hey, Philia. Philia, kind of an unexpectedly valuable card. As far as, good valuable rares, I think regular Philia is like an $8 card. So Philia in the border list might actually have a little bit more value to it. But this actually ends up being a pretty solid pull for us. Philia, again, kind of surprisingly a good value target, if you will. So I wouldn't be surprised if that card is in like the $8 to $10 range. I think the regular is like $7 to $8. Borderless might be $1 or 2 more. Don't hate it. I don't hate it. All right. Yes, Arena of Glory, I think it's like 15, 16 from a rare standpoint. Obviously, be remiss, I would mention Kozilek's Command. I think that's like 12. And then I think Psychic Frog is like 12, 13 for a base copy as well. So a lot of good things in the rare section of things. Argent Dias, Netier's Nightblade, Triton Metastatic Evangel, and Emrakul's Messenger as our uncommons. Nothing of note there. All right, last pack of the first column of the box. And I got to feel pretty good about things thus far. All right, Glyph Elemental, the Necro Bloom, Deserted Temple, and a Retro Frame Victimize. That's kind of cool. All right, Ethereal Terramander, Fangs, Volstrom Angel, and that will do it for our uncommons. Galvanic Discharge, obviously a very good card as far as commons are concerned. I think in these play booster boxes, we should be around the neighborhood of like 5 to 7 mythics per box. So we should have a ton of action left. Again, you know, kind of stress like, hey, like of the 24 mythics, you know, you could say that 13 of them don't exactly feel great from a value standpoint. But that does leave 10 or 11 that do have significant value. And how about that? That is our third fetch land of the box, which I'm absolutely here for. I think Bloodstain is right around 12, 13 bucks. So again, if I can pop off and get like 3 or 4 of these in this box, I automatically feel much better about the box to begin with. Buried Alive, solid uncommon as well. Was like a $4 to $5 card before the reprint. Not as much now post reprint, but just an ever playable commander card for those graveyard strategies. All right. From a mythic standpoint, I obviously would not. Warren Soul Trader, hey, that's a pretty good one as well. I think Soul Trader's like, I could be wrong about this. I think Soul Trader's like in the neighborhood of like $8 or so. Again, I might be slightly incorrect about that, but I do believe it is one of the more valuable rares in the set. I'll take that. Not upset. Okay. We've got our Annoyed Allosaur, Pinnacle Monk, Unstable Amulet, Brain Surge, Cursed Wombat. And that will do it there. The rares are doing the work that we needed them to do, so that's good. With any luck, if we hit, you know, an Ocelot Pride or Ulamog or Ugin's Labyrinth or something like Tameo out of the Mythics, I think we're going to be in decent shape. Not disappointed with this box so far. Exactly what I wanted to be opening. All right, Sundering Eruption. Mythic. Woo! Okay, we're in business. We did it. I think Ulamog is like 30. That seems about correct. I think Ocelot Pride is like 40, 42. I think Tameo and Ulamog sit around 30. So that is one of the more valuable mythics, and I'm all about collecting them Eldrazi's as well. So, fantastic. All right, Victimize, It That Heralds the End, Propagator Drone, Furnace Hellkite. That will do it for our uncommons. Yeah, we're off to the races. We've got 3 fetch lands. Delta's the most expensive, but again, from a value standpoint, like just the fact that they're all 10 to 15 bucks, and if I can get, you know, again, 3 to 5 in this box, I'll feel very good about that. Have some other very good rares up top here, and now we're on the board with at least one of the more chase mythics, if you will. Oh, cool. Foil Malevolent Rumble might be in the neighborhood of like 3 bucks as a foil common. Flare of Fortitude. Oh, I can't remember if Flare. I will put it up top. I could be wrong. I think this is probably around the $3-ish range. So I will throw it up top. Sapphire Medallion, I feel like, is in that same, like, it's not ruby or jet, but it's also not pearl or emerald, so it might be around the $3 range. I will throw it up top. At the very least, as a good playable, right? Excuse me. No disputing the medallions are all at least good playables. Hey, Sink in a Stupor. That is a close to $9 uncommon. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, Static Prison. Miserable Energy card. Great. That'll do it for our uncommons. Feeling good. Feeling very good. Okay. Deceptive Landscape foil common. Rare is Strict Serenade in the Borderless. Came out with the, you know, a little oomph to it, but I think Serenade is largely calmed down. I don't think it's one of our more valuable cards, so I'm gonna leave it at the bottom here with our rares, other rares. But as far as playability is concerned, very good card. All right, Angel of Ruins, Glasswing Grace, Snow Covered Waste, and Golden Tail, and Skittering Precursor as uncommons. There's our commons. All right. Here we go. Another card that I was surprised that was one of the reprint slot rares that has held up very, very well. Much better than I actually thought it would, was Urza's Incubator. Card's still like $11. And Thief of Existence as our rare. I thought there was a fair chance that card might drop to like $5, but it is held up. Obviously a very good card. I thought it was mostly just a byproduct of like hadn't really seen any huge reprints. It did get reprinted in Dominaria Remastered, but it was at mythic level, right? It's at rare level in this set. So when I saw that is getting reprinted again and at rare level, I was like, maybe that doesn't hold up, but it has. All right, Serum Visionary. Next rare is Wheel of Potential. Shrieking Drake. Oh, there we go. Witch Enchanter. Nice. So there is one of those uncommons. This is the theme here is it's the modal cards, right? It's cards that can be played as lands that also have a spell side that is relevant between Consign to Memory, Sing into Stupor, Fell the Profane, and Witch Enchanter, right? That modal aspect where they can be used as both a land or spell gives them added flexibility, and the spell side is meaningful. So yeah, there we go. So we've hit at least one copy of all of the big uncommons in the set, right? I want to say Witch Enchanter is like $7, $8. I think Stupor is like $8.50, $9. I think Profane is $4.50, and Consign to Memory like $5.50. That is meaningful value out of the uncommons, right? All right, here we go. Probably just about halfway through. Next rare is Sowing Mycospawn. This is a very good card as well. I think it's probably like $4.50, $5. So a pretty good rare. Has a little bit of value as well. Lelia Blade Reforged, also a good card. These are uncommons. Lelia is a card that just demands an answer. Otherwise, it just snowballs. Lelia does some work. Okay. So about 4 packs left in this middle column. Is it Genitorium? Eldrazi Linebreaker as our rare. Meteoric Mace, Bridgework Battle, Eldrazi Ravager, Scurry of Gremlins, Trickster's Elf as our uncommons. Another Malevolent Rumble is common. Sweet. 3 packs left in this middle column. Only at 2 mythics still. I would expect that we're probably live for, I would hope, at least another 3 mythics. Here we go. Inspired Inventor. Rare is Volatile Stormbreak. Actually surprised this card didn't take off a little bit more. I really was a fan of these cards that they took that just kind of reimagined in energy that are like otherwise like pretty famous Magic cards. So that's really cool. Annoyed Althasor, Triton Wave Breakers, Solar Transformer, Pyretic Rebirth. I'll do it for uncommons. Riley Chrysalis. That card is an absolute menace in MH3 Limited. That is like a mythic common. All right. 2 packs left in this middle column. That's another gold stamp card. For those scoring at home. All right, Accursed Marauder. Yes, yes! Give me a 4th fetch land. Let's go. Wooded Foothills. Very nice. I think Foothills are like 12, 13. Again, like I don't think you can really go wrong. I think Heath is down at the bottom, but Heath is down at the bottom at like $10. And so I think Polluted Delta is the top at like 16, 17. So everything else just kind of falls in between. Again, not upset about fetch lands. This box understands the mission. All right, Abstruse Appropriation. Decree of Justice, Leadership, no Elemental Blast. And into our uncommons. Cool. Yeah, already like pretty satisfied. If we could, pretty satisfied with 4 fetch lands. If we get to 5, gravy. Last pack of the middle column here. Triton Wavebreaker is a foil uncommon. Disruptor Flute. Decent card, not a big value target. Fledgling Dragon. Oh, there's a mythic. It's a commander mythic. I forget that it's been so long that I forgot they have them in that slot sometimes. Is that wild card slot or whatever it's called. Grim Servant. Glaring Fleshraker, which is also a pretty beastly uncommon. And that will do it there. All right, so we are through 2 out of 3 of our columns. We only have 3 mythics, now 3. But we have done very well in the rares, and we have hit all the uncommons, at least 1 copy of all the uncommons you want to see. So feeling good about that. If this last column delivers us any additional goods, i.e. value, in the mythics, and a couple more of those rares, I think this box is going to be in pretty good shape. I already feel pretty good about it overall for where we're at in the box. Here we go. There's a mythic, and it's a really good one. Okay, well, very good. I don't know if we're going to be due for an Ocelot Pride, but we have hit at this juncture 2 of the 3 most valuable mythics in the set. Ulamog, I think, is like 30. I think Tamiyo is right around 32. Pride around 40. So, gotta feel good about that. Tamiyo is a very good card. And big value there. Reform, Essence Reliquary, Breaker of Creation, Envoy of the Ancestors. That will do it for our uncommons. Okay. Dreadmobile's a foil uncommon. Would rather be like a Sink into Stupor, but that's fine. Ooh, hey, there we go. Nice. Big value from the rare slot. Again, I think Command is still pushing like 12, 13. It got up to like 15, 16 at one point, and then it dipped all the way back to like the 6, 7 range. It's an absurd card. It just is. Like, for the big mana that you can create out of colorless, it just does absurd things. It is very good. All right, Kappa Cannoneer. And that will do it for that pack. Excuse me. All right, so 4 mythics on the board. Hopefully live for at least 1 to 2 more. I think if memory serves, like box average is like 5 to 7. Of note, we hit Nadu right off the bat as a foil rare. But usually these boxes should be producing like 2, 3 foil rares and or mythics. So I kind of feel like we're live for at least 1 more foil rare / mythic as well. Hey, busted. Let's go. All right. Arena of Glory. I made a mistake when I was when this set came out, and I was looking at the rare land cycle, and I was all about the green one, right? The Shifting Woodhills or whatever it's called. I can't remember. And I hung onto those, and like when the Arena of Glories hit like $5 or $6, I was like, I'll get more, and I just like stupidly like traded them off or whatever. Sometimes I get it wrong too, and this card it's pretty absurdly good. So Arena of Glory is pushing like $13, $14. It is one of the more valuable rares in the set. We have really crushed it with the rares, so I feel good about that. Deep Analysis, Trawler, Frogmite Enforcer, Marionette Apprentice is also like a $2 uncommon. Shan't be overlooked. Okay. So other than Delta, we have also hit, I think, the top 3 or 4 valuable rares in the set. Gotta feel good about that. 2 out of 3 of the most valuable mythics, and probably like 3 or 4 out of the top 5 rares. Devourer of Destiny. Actually, not a big value card, but a card worth hanging on to. I like the card. And Cursed Wombat, sure. Okay, that will do it there. Forget these are like the full complement of 36 packs, right? We went from 30 set booster packs. Oh, 6, not Ren and 6. That's a different set. That's a different card. 6. Pardon me. I think regular 6 is like about a $5 card. So again, one of those. Hey, this is solid value. Probably doesn't carry a significant multiplier as a foil, but just as a rare that is also pushing like $5, can't be mad about that as a foil rare. All right, next up, Shilgengar. Vexing Bobble. Oh, that's a card. Catch a ban in Legacy? It did, right? I think so. Probably. Deservedly. Okay. Sneaky a snacker. There's a oh! This box is pretty busto. Okay. Well, we've now hit the 3 most valuable mythics set between Pride, which is like 40, 42, Tamiyo, which is like 30, 32, and Ulamog, which is like 30. I literally couldn't ask for better. There is no wiggle room for complaining. I am in full celebration mode on this batch of mythics. We've hit 4 fetch lands, and we have hit a lot of the upper tier, most if not all of the upper tier rares as well. Yeah, this box is good. Okay. Okay. Sweet. We're pretty much officially of the standpoint, like, Any additional value from this point with like 6 or 7 packs left is just gravy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would like some more value, please, but also I can't complain if I just brick the remaining packs either. Null Drifter, not a brick actually. I think Null Drifter is one of those cards that is above $3 as a rare. It might be in like the $3 to $5 range. I'll put it up top. Fanatic of Ronus definitely is. I think Fanatic is like 7, 7.5, 8, something like that. I'll call it 7. Another Cephalid Coliseum, Razorgrass Ambush, Kozilek's Unsealing, which is a nasty card. Amp Raptor, which caught a ban. Unsealing is very good in the MH3 limited environment. If you are on that archetype, it is super, super good. Okay. Wow. Pride Tameo Ulamog, 4 fetches, and pretty much knocked out all of the value rares as well. Like, I think Delta's the only one we're missing. Hey, foil retro frame Accursed Marauder. Rare is Flare of Duplication. I think Duplication is below 3. I'll put it at the bottom. I might be wrong about it, but I think it's below 3. Crick, Son of a Yawgmoth. Solid reprint. Strength of the Harvest, Snow Covered Waste, Path of Annihilation. Another really good card in MH3 Limited. Indebted Spirit. And that will do it there. All right. Looks like we got 5 packs left. We've hit our requisite 5 mythics and by and large, bangers. I keep seeing foil in commons and being like, oh, let it be a Sink and a Stupor. Shrieking Drake. Rare. Oh, regular Philia. Yeah. Okay. Down with that. Very, very down with that. Again, I think Philia is just as a regular card, so I can't remember the borderless, but I think regular Philia is like a legitimately like a $7, $8 card. So that is not a bad double up. Another Buried Alive. Idol of the False Gods. Lethal Throwdown. Johnny Fells the Godsire. Actually, I don't see that card very often as a uncommon. Okay. More rare value. Again, I think it's one of the strengths of this set because you're not, let's be entirely clear, you're not going to always hit an Ulamog Tameo Ocelot Pride box, right? And as I stated before, like, while the power level of this set is insanely high, at least from a value standpoint, you can say that 13 of the 24 mythics actually kind of feel not great. Oh, borderless Ajani. Borderless Ajani. Okay. Ajani, I think as a regular mythic is like 13 to 15. Borderless Ajani is probably in that same neighborhood. Like, I don't think it has a huge multiplier, but just another very, very good card. This card was one of the cards previewed. It's on the box, and man, lived up to the hype. Another Sink and a Stupor, so that's 2 of those. Great. Great. So finishing my thought, like, you know, you're just not gonna be able to rely on like, oh, we're gonna pull a Pride, Tameo, Ulamog, and a Johnny. Let's add to that. You're lucky if you hit one of them, right? So you kind of need to be able to have good value at the rare slot and be able to lean on that to a degree, right? And this set offers you that. All right, 3 packs left. Wrap this thing up here. Idol of the False Gods. Sure, rare. Detectives, Phahonyx. Junk Diver, Blood Soaked, Unstable Amulet, Undo Not Master. I can't even complain. We got two Sink and a Stupors in this box as well. Just a casual $8.50 common. 2 packs left. And as far as like my want mythics go, like if Necrodominance is the worst I'm doing, that is busted. Like that is great. Hey, regular 6. Again, I think regular 6 is like $5. Was there like a third Victimize of the box? Sure. Disciple, Creation, Guardian, Water, Skate. All right. Last pack here. Foil Land. Rare is Strict Serenade, not value, but pretty playable card. Can't be mad. Hey, Orm's Chant. All right. Reprint slot, Orm's Chant. Again, I think it's below $3. It's probably like between 2 and 3. Not going to put it up top, but also don't feel bad about pulling that. Brain Surge. And that's going to do it for that box. So predictably, like we slowed down on the fetch lands, which is fine. Like I was in the neighborhood, I was in the camp of 3 or more, and I feel good about that. Mythics crushed it, right? 6 mythic blocks. I was thinking between 5 and 7, and to hit Ocelot, Pride, Tameo, Ulamog, and Ajani as your mythics is the connection rate on that is bananas, right? We're batting like 800 on mythics, and then in the rares. So other than hitting Polluted Delta, which would have been a 5th fetch land and the most valuable, I think, rare in the set, we otherwise cleaned house in that department as well. Arena of Glory, $13 or $14. Kozilek's Command, probably in like $12 range. Double Philia, which is probably like 8 each. 6, $5, doubled up on those. Warren Soul Trader, I think, is like 8, so really, really crushed it there. And then, Jen, just if we're tracking your commons and you're kind of going, hey, like, how many of those impact commons am I pulling? Pulled 2 Synchronous Dupers. Feels really good. This box was really good. So, anyways, that's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me. Hit the like button for me. By all means, drop me some comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much, everybody, and be well.